back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. And today we've got another full slate for you guys. It is Sunday, June 6th. We have 15 baseball games we're looking at, as well as 2 hockey games and 1 NBA game, Tim? 2 NBA games that we're looking at for today. But before we get into everything here, just a quick reminder to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and turn on those post notifications so you guys are notified each and every time we come out with a video or we are live on this channel. So that, and then we're going to go quick recap over what happened yesterday. Tim, how was your day yesterday?
Baseball was 2-3. And then I got my NBA totally off. And I'll be the first one to say that I was wrong about game 1. I will still be on Milwaukee most likely the rest of these series. So, but yesterday wasn't that good of a day for betting. I ended up getting, the only ones I got right were the Boston Red Sox and the New York Mets. And then I also took a player prop on Jacob deGrom over 9 strikeouts, so I cashed that one as well. So overall, it wasn't terrible. I think I ended up losing a little bit, but we'll get it back today.
Yeah, for me, it wasn't a bad day. Considering the days I had the previous 2 days, I will definitely take what I did yesterday. Baseball, I went 4-3. My losses were Kansas City, Cleveland, and Baltimore. I also had a small sprinkle on the prop bet of Whit Merrifield over 1.5 bases. He had an RBI single in, I believe, the first or second inning, and then nothing after that. And my wins were Tampa Bay run line. They took care of business versus Texas yesterday. Miami and Pittsburgh going over the total. That one was a little bit of a sweat, and then all of a sudden, bam, they were at a 7-7 in the 12th inning, so I was happy there. And I had, all my other losses were Cleveland, Baltimore, first 5 under, and LA, Seattle, first 5 under. Both of those were under 4s at plus 100. They did not hit. I did hit on San Fran, first 5, -0.5 at -130. They were down 2-0, which was worrying me, and then they finished at the bottom of the 5th up 4-2. So that was nice there. And I hit on the what David Sharp called the big balls play of the day. I had the New York Mets and the San Diego Padres under 2.5 runs in the first 5 innings at plus 105, and that one cashed as well, 2-0 at the end of 5. DeGrom once again did DeGrom things. It's kind of crazy that these are this is kind of what we come to expect from Jacob deGrom these days, where we're like, yeah, deGrom just did deGrom things, and that's all. And he went out there, he took his ERA from a 0.71 down to a 0.64 now. And why are we snowing?
I don't know. I want to have fun. Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, but yeah, that deGrom is just on another level right now, which is insane. I don't see anybody coming anywhere close to Cy Young with him. I think deGrom should be in the talks for MVP, along with, especially if we see, on the other side of last night's game, Tatis. He's going to be among the leaders for the MVP voting as well. We all know Acuna is going to start heating it up. We all know Juan Soto is eventually going to start to hit. So this NL MVP race is going to be interesting. I kind of want to see what the futures prop would be for a deGrom MVP, which I'm going to take a look at it real quick. I don't think there's. I'm going to see if there's MLB players futures here. I don't see MLB futures. I don't think that's MVP though. No, it's just World Series. No, I don't have any odds like this. So I think obviously deGrom looked really good. And then over on hockey, I went 1-2 yesterday. I was completely wrong on that Carolina game. I had Carolina in the under, and let's just say that under did not hit, as it was 6-4 final. Carolina scored, I think, twice in like 45 seconds at one point, giving them a 4-2 lead, and then they forgot to hold that lead and gave up 4 unanswered goals, losing that game, heading top. They're now down 3-1 the series. It's very alarming, especially for people who have futures on this Carolina team. Definitely not what you want to see if you're back in Carolina. They're down 3-1. They are heading back to Raleigh. They're going to have to take the last two games, the Game 5 and Game 7 in Raleigh, and also have to steal one in Tampa Bay. Have to win 3 straight versus this very talented Lightning team, which I don't know if that's really a possibility here, the way they've been playing, unless they can ride Pierre Mrazek. On the other side, we have on the other game, we had the New York Islanders and the Boston Bruins. I had the Islanders in that matchup. Matthew Barzal finally waking up in the playoffs. Has goals in back-to-back games after starting the playoffs, so no goals in the first 6 games. So that's a very positive sign if you guys are back in the Isles. I do have a plus 210 ticket for them to win the series in my back pocket, so hopefully that'll cash. But not a terrible night last night. I think I broke about even, but between baseball and hockey. And I hit both my WNBA plays. I had the LA Sparks and the Sparks game under the total as well. Both those hit. So I think I made about a unit or so. So that's about it for yesterday with my plays.
Sounds good. Real quick, we'll say hi to the chat, and then I'll have something to say. Good morning, Gloria. Welcome, Stimmy. What's up? What's up? I appreciate you guys coming on and giving free picks every day. I know some people be giving you guys hard times, so thanks, Twins. You guys deserve likes and mad props. Thanks, bro. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
And real quick, I did pull up some MVP odds for the National League. This is according to VegasInsiders.com. And it's on June 2nd, so 4 days ago. Ronald Acuna Jr. is a 3-1. Fernando Tatis Jr. is a plus 375. Jacob deGrom plus 900. Those are the 3 players that are plus 1,000 or less.
Yeah, I like the deGrom odds there. I know it's kind of out of the box for a pitcher to win MVP because they have an award for themselves. It's called the Cy Young. So, but I think that deGrom
he can win both.
He can win both.
Top of the day, fellas. Sunday equals money day. You know,
I sure hope so.
I like to make my money days any days that end in Y, but whatever works. So
yeah, even if that means it's a Sunday.
Yeah. All right. Do you want to jump into some Russian ping pong?
Yeah. Today we have what was it? Yaroslav taking on. Oh no. Okay. I just made up a complete random name. But we are going to start off the day here with the Washington Nationals and the Philadelphia Phillies. We're getting Austin Voth taking on Vince Velasquez for this matchup. I believe it's around a minus 115 for the Phillies, plus 105 for the Nationals. Where are you looking at for this game?
Well, I couldn't really do that much digging into this game just because when I was typing this up, originally they didn't have a line and stuff for the Washington game because we didn't know Voth was pitching according to the MLB app. So I couldn't really dig into this. If anything, I was going to lean more towards the Philadelphia Phillies anyway. So at a minus 125, I just think that's a little bit too steep of a line for Vince Velasquez. So overall, I'm going to be passing on this one. Maybe a look towards the over, even though it's up to a 10 now. But yeah, this one's just going to be an overall pass for me.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand why it's a 10 now. These are 2 pitchers that are not great. I mean, Vince Velasquez has pitched better than we expected. He is 2-1, 4.0 to 8 ERA, a 1.39 WHIP, 48 strikeouts, 25 walks, and 39 2/3 innings pitched. I do not have the stats here on Austin Voth. I just haven't had time to really look at this game, but I can understand why it's a 10 now. Philadelphia, it's a very hitters-friendly ballpark. Be ready to bet some overs, guys, because the weather's going to get warmer. The hitting weather is going to be better, and we're going to see more runs in the summer months here between June, July, August. We're going to see some runs, so expect some overs. Expect some more 8.5, 9s, and 9.5s and 10s rather than these 7.5s that we've been getting for most of this season. So I've been leaning towards the over in this one just because I don't trust either of these pitchers. Vince Velasquez has pitched better than we expected. That being said, we didn't really expect too much from Velasquez. But I like the over in this game, but I'm not going to be betting it. Heading into our next game. Waiting for you to click it. There we go.
Sorry.
You're good. We have the Miami Marlins and the Pittsburgh Pirates. Sandy Alcantara versus Chad Kuhl for this matchup. And looking at the picture, the lines are on a -125, -130 for the Miami Marlins. Around a +115, +115, +125 run back for these Pittsburgh Pirates, depending on your book. And I'm going to continue to ride the trend here for this matchup. Sandy Alcantara 2-5. He's pitched so much better than 2-5. A 3.68 ERA, 1.07 WHIP, 68 strikeouts, 20 walks, 71 innings pitched. He'll be going up against Chad Kuhl, who is 0-2, a 6.41 ERA, 1.73 WHIP, 19 strikeouts, 16 walks, and 19 2/3 innings pitched. And I don't trust Chad Kuhl in this matchup. I like the over in this game. I have the over in this game. I got it at 8 last night. I need to see what it is now. I need a monitor so I can have the odds up on a separate screen too.
I have one.
Yeah, I know you have one. I need one. But let me go look at what the total runs are for this game. It's at 8. So I'm going to go
8.
I'm going to go Miami, Pittsburgh over 8 runs. These two teams have been hitting lately. Miami's gone over in 4 straight games. Pittsburgh's gone over in 6 of their last 10, including 5 in a row. This is a good spot, I think, for an over. I don't trust either of these pitching staffs. It's not that I don't trust Sandy Alcantara. I don't trust this Miami bullpen, which has been absolutely horrible recently, and they're probably one of the main reasons behind why this team has lost 8 straight games and 9 of their last 10. Give me the over 8 runs and a slight lean towards the Pittsburgh Pirates and that plus money.
No, I would understand not wanting to go after Sandy Alcantara. He's been shaky. His last 3 starts. Well, 2 out of his last 3 starts. One of his starts was really good against Philadelphia. The other 2 of his last 3 against the Dodgers and the Phillies. Both of them were rocky starts. Real quick. Hi, how you doing? But yeah, I don't know if I could trust Sandy Alcantara right now. And I'll probably go ahead and add this one to my card. I'm going to go Pittsburgh today. It's just you're getting them at plus money against a team that has lost 8 straight games and 9 out of 10. This is a really good spot for Pittsburgh today. Yes, it is against Sandy Alcantara, so whatever. But they've lost a bunch of games in a row. Sandy Alcantara hasn't been pitching all that well, and the bullpen for Miami has been very shaky. You saw what happened yesterday. They were up 6-2, and they lost in extra innings. Not a spot that you want to go to. So I'm going to go ahead and grab Pittsburgh as a slight dog. I don't mind it in this spot. And, I'm going to go ahead and actually bet that right now.
Mm-hmm. Oh, by the way, Tim, do you want to switch the bottom scroller from our records
to our bets? Yes, I do.
There we go. Cool. All right, we're going to move on to the next game then, which will be the Cleveland Indians and the Baltimore Orioles. We're getting around a -120 for the Indians, a +110 for the Orioles. We're getting Cal Quantrill taking on Jorge Lopez in this matchup. I had the first 5 under 4 from these teams last night. That did not come through. But looking at this game, I'm wondering why this Cleveland Indians team is so cheap today. I understand they have Cal Quantrill on the mound, 0-1, a 2.08 ERA, 1.29 WHIP, 25 strikeouts, 11 walks, and 30 1/3 innings pitched. They're going up against Jorge Lopez, which saying he's looked bad this year is being nice. 1-6, a 5.29 ERA, 1.43 WHIP, 52 strikeouts, 22 walks, and 51 innings pitched. And they're going up against an Orioles team where, they've won, I think, 3 straight games to start the month of June. But they lost yesterday. They are a bad team. They will go on another losing streak. And I think we're getting this Cleveland team for a little bit too cheap of a price. That being said, I'm looking at Cleveland on the run line here potentially.
But they have Cleveland, if you're looking on run line, as a +1.5 at the moment. So probably it'd be Cleveland or pass for me here. They're a -120. I feel like this is a halfway decent spot for them.
Well, I mean, you can go to the alternative run line. Let's go ahead and find that for you real quick. It's not not adjusted alternative, which you'll end up getting +135 if you want the run line.
Yeah, I'm placing a bet on that now. Yeah, I like that. I think Cleveland takes care of business today versus a really bad Jorge Lopez. So yeah, give me the +135 on the alternative run line, which will soon be the actual run line for this game.
Yep. For this one, I'm gonna be passing on this game. I bet the under on this one yesterday. It didn't work out. If anything, maybe look towards an over today, just because these two pitchers are not scary for it to go under. I know 9 runs is a little bit of much, but I know Baltimore's bullpen is awful. Cleveland's is not the greatest, and these two pitchers don't scare me. I think the offenses could do enough to get this one over. I'm going to be passing on this game, but a slight lean towards the over in this game.
All right. Heading into our next game here, where we are looking at the Houston Astros and the Toronto Blue Jays. Astros are throwing out Luis Garcia, and they'll be taking on Steven Matz. Steven Matz, 6-2 so far this season. 4.22 ERA, 1.27 WHIP. He's striking out 64 batters and 15 walks in 59 2/3 innings pitched. Luis Garcia, 4-3, a 2.89 ERA, 1.02 WHIP, 60 strikeouts, 17 walks, and 53 innings pitched. And I have a feeling Garcia is going to be a pretty decent pitcher for this Houston Astros team. He's going to look like one of these development projects that the Astros were able to bring up through their system and develop really well. Houston's always been good for turning not that great pitchers into really good pitchers. Just look what they did with Garrett Cole. Justin Verlander, he was really good, but he turned it up another level when he was with Houston. Zach Greinke, he was struggling, and then he went to Houston. All of a sudden, he became really good again. I think the only pitcher that went the opposite way was Wade Miley. But this Houston team is really good at developing pitchers. I've noticed them. Cleveland's really good at it too. So I think that Luis Garcia is going to be a little underrated. I think you're going to get better prices on him. I would look slightly towards Houston in this game. I'm not going to have any action on this game personally, but I lean towards the Houston Astros. Steven Matz, though, has looked really good since going away from the New York Mets. I think getting out of that spotlight in the Big Apple and going off to Toronto, a much smaller market, not playing in Toronto too, it's been really helpful for him. I think this is a good he's looked really good this season. 6-2 says it all. Yeah, I think he's tied for 5th or whatever in wins on the season. He's looked good. It's a slight lean towards the Houston Astros for me here. But I'm not getting involved in this one.
I will. I'm going to go Houston in this game. Luis Garcia. Yeah, I said that right. He's been sneaky. He's won his last 3 starts and gotten at least 5 innings in all 3 of them. Most runs he allowed in his last. I'm only counting his last 3 starts because I'm going to go off of that little sample size. He allowed 1, 2, and 1 runs in those 3 starts through 5, 5, and 6 innings. He's been getting sneakily better. When on the other side, Steven Matz has had a rocky couple of starts. Looking at his logs, last time he's gotten a win was almost a month ago. Oh no, sorry, he got a win against the Yankees. My bad. But he's been a little bit shaky lately, so I'm going to be going Houston in this one. I feel like they're going to be able to get this rubber match. Solid spot for the Astros in this game. Give me Houston.
All right. Heading into our next game here, if I'm not mistaken, is the Los Angeles Dodgers and the Atlanta Braves.
Yes.
There we go. LA Dodgers, Atlanta Braves are on a -125 for the Dodgers, are on a +115 run back for the Braves. And looking at this game, we get Trevor Bauer and Max Fried for this matchup. Where are you looking for
this game today?
I refuse to bet the Dodgers anymore. I can never get them right. When I don't bet them, they'll do fine. When I do bet them, either run line or betting them in general, they always find a way to lose. So no, I'm not dealing with this Dodgers team anymore. I don't like them. Trevor Bauer it's a great spot for Trevor Bauer. I think he'll be able to handle Atlanta pretty well, especially that he's seen Atlanta a little bit more often. Not really back when he was in Cincinnati, but he's played against Atlanta. I think he can handle them. I would favor the Dodgers in this one, but I'm staying away from this. I'm not losing another game because of the Dodgers.
Yeah, I made a free pick video on this last night. I'm all over the Dodgers in this game, and I bet it way too early. I bet them on the run line when they were plus 120 on the run line. I believe they're plus 125, plus 130 on the run line now. So unfortunately, I did not get the best of the line. They are 11-6 versus left-handed pitching this year. Max Fried is definitely not someone who scares me. 2-3, a 5.35 ERA, 1.55 WHIP, 41 strikeouts, 16 walks, and 38 2/3 innings pitched. I think the Dodgers will be able to light him up today. And they're going up against Trevor Bauer, which has been very good for the Dodgers so far this season. 6-3, a 2.24 ERA, a 0.83 WHIP. He's struck out 96 batters in 23 innings pitched, 76 1/3 innings pitched there. But looking at this game, I'm on the Dodgers run line, and I kind of want to look at a player prop for Bauer outage here. See where his strikeout prop is. I'm looking at it up as we speak, but I'm looking potentially at Trevor Bauer strikeouts over for this game, and it's going to be 7.5 minus 103. I'm going to hop on that. Trevor Bauer has his strikeouts have gone down the last couple of games, 5-3, but previous to that, 11, 10, and 9. I think we're going to see a good performance out of Trevor Bauer today. Minus 103 is not a bad price. It's just going to be a small half a unit play for me. So I'm looking at Trevor Bauer over 7.5 strikeouts, and then I have the Dodgers run line at plus 125.
All right, I'm gonna. I was typing something up because I lost it. There to go. I just had it. There it is. There you go. I'll have a tab for you now. For the strikeout props, but we'll go ahead and now get to the next game, which is right here. There we go. Totally organized.
Yep. Heading into our next game, we have the Milwaukee Brewers and the Arizona Diamondbacks. It's around a minus 245 for the Brewers. A run back around plus 215 for the Diamondbacks. And we get Corbin Burns versus Craig Smith in this matchup. Not Craig Smith, Caleb Smith. I'm thinking hockey there. Corbin Burns is 2-4 this season. 2.24 ERA, 0.73 WHIP, 81 strikeouts, 7 walks, and 52 1/3 innings pitched. Smith 2-1, 3.32 ERA, 1.29 WHIP. He's struck out 42 batters and 17 innings pitched, 17 walks and 30 innings pitched. Looking at this game, everything's priced out of my budget here for this game. I'm not laying minus 245 on the Brewers. I believe the run line is like a minus 135 for this team.
Something like that.
You're gonna have to lay the alternative run line, or the adjusted run line minus 2.5 in order to think about getting anywhere close to even money on this team. This is just, I'm gonna lay off for the side and the total perspective of the game. I'm taking a look real quick what we're getting for. We're getting the same line with Burns as we did Bauer. The only problem is it's a minus 156 towards the over 7.5 strikeouts. I think Corbin Burns gets this done easily, though, but I'm not laying minus 156 on this prop. So no action for me on this game between Arizona and Milwaukee. Where are you looking at for this one?
Yeah, this one's it even got bumped up to a minus 250. So people are still betting Milwaukee. No, I'm not interested in this game. You know that Milwaukee's going to win, but you don't really want to pay a minus 250 price for that. Even though you don't pay freaking juice when you win bets, but no, I'm not interested in it. Expect Milwaukee to win. If you want it on the minus 2.5, that's a plus 135. I just looked that up. So if you wanted that, but no, I'm not interested in this game. Just pass on this game. There's better games on the slate for you.
Absolutely. Like maybe this next game here where we have the Minnesota Twins at the Kansas City Royals around a minus 130, minus 135 for the Royals. We're getting around plus 120, plus 125 for the Twins. Bailey Ober takes on Brady Singer. And where are you looking at for this matchup?
I chose to stay away from this one as well. These two teams have been going back and forth, and I don't really get a gauge on it. I would be favoring Kansas City, but I don't want to be laying a minus 132. If it was like a minus 110, minus 115, I probably would have gone after it, but not the minus 130s that we're getting at for them. And then run line is the plus 136 for Kansas City. Probably not a spot I want to get to either because I think this will end up being a one-run game like it was yesterday. So that being said, I'm going to be passing on this game. Maybe a look towards the over. Yeah, over 9.5. That's actually doesn't seem that bad of a play. I'm going to go grab that. I'll go over 9.5 for this game. These teams have been scoring like crazy, so expect this one to go over. I'm going to go ahead and grab that now.
Yeah, you must have read my notes or something. I already have a bet on the over 9.5 in this game. I like the offenses I like the runs that these two teams have been putting up. And we're not getting world beaters for pitchers that will scare me off of an over. Brady Singer, 3-4, 5.06 ERA, 1.41 whip, 55 strikeouts, 20 walks, 53 1/3 innings pitched. On the other side, Bailey Ober, 0-0 record, 9 ERA, 1.5 whip, 4 strikeouts, 1 walk. Granted, he only had 4 innings pitched. That being said, I like the over in this game a lot. I think that they will be able to continue to hit the ball well. Both these bullpens have been struggling as well. I believe these are both bottom 10 bullpens in the MLB. So we're going to go from not great pitcher to not good bullpen afterwards. So I think 9.5. I think we at least get 10 runs in this game. This could be another game where we see 12, 13, 15, 17 runs, something along those lines. Over 9.5 is the only place I can really look at this game. And I have a bet on it.
Yep, me too. Move on.
Moving on here, we have the Detroit Tigers taking on the Chicago White Sox. We have Jose Urena versus Dylan Cease in this matchup. Where are you looking at for this one?
This one's another one where it's just priced way too far out of the price range. Minus 195 is, I understand with Dylan Cease on the mound that Chicago's going to be decent sized favorites against Detroit, and especially with Urena. But I don't want to pay a minus essentially a 200 price tag. And I don't want to lay the run line because the run line is still minus money. So this one is one of those you're just going to want to, I'm going to want to pass on. Looking at the total, it's a 9. Maybe a lean towards the over in this one because Cease doesn't really scare me and Urena 100% doesn't scare me. So maybe a lean towards the over in this one, but I'm going to be passing on this game.
I actually do have a play on this game. And the line has moved since I bet it, but I still like it. I got the Detroit Tigers first 5 at plus 165. It's now a plus 157. I hopped on it. Basically, when I bet Detroit, I only bet them first 5. I don't want to mess with that really bad bullpen. That has been improving of late, where they're no longer the 30th ranked bullpen in the MLB. That would be the Cincinnati Reds. But that being said, it's the Detroit Tigers first 5. Jose Urena has been pitching better as of late. And Dylan Cease is still someone I just don't trust. Cease is 3-2, a 3.79 ERA, 1.35 whip, 68 strikeouts, 27 walks, and 52 1/3 innings pitched. So he's been okay this year. He's still not what we were expecting. It's just not a spot I particularly want to get, or not a pitcher I'm looking to back quite yet. Jose Urena, 2-4, 4.14 ERA, 1.44 WHIP, 35 strikeouts, 22 walks, and 54 and 1/3 innings pitched. I think Detroit can have a lead at the end of first five, like they did yesterday, where I was messing with Elliott, and I would have almost cashed that plus 300 if I placed the bet there. But I'm going to pass on this game. I see better spots on, or my bad, I have the first five. I'm not passing on this game. I have Detroit first five. Passing on Chicago, the Chicago side, I do have Detroit first five plus 157 in this matchup.
Sounds good. We'll move on to the next game.
We have the Cincinnati Reds taking on the St. Louis Cardinals, around a minus 115 for those Cardinals, a plus 105 run back for the Reds. We have Wade Miley and John Gant for this matchup. Looking at the pitching matchup here, let me click into that. All right. This 215 game has, if this can load, John, where are you looking at this matchup when my phone wants to load?
I put in my line. I'm going St. Louis this one. John Gant has been pitching really well. He's 4-3, 1.6 ERA. He's been pitching. He's been one of the solid pieces for the St. Louis Cardinals this year. I do like him. Once again, you're mentioning Cincinnati's got the worst bullpen in the league. That's a spot that I can go and attack. St. Louis has been struggling a little bit lately. They've lost their last 4 games, but I think that John Gant helps them turn it around today. I'm going with the St. Louis Cardinals minus 111 for this game.
Yeah, for me, I finally got it loaded up. What's good, Dominic? I would lean towards the Cardinals in this matchup. John Gant, 4-3, a 1.60 ERA, a 1.52 WHIP, 39 strikeouts, 34 walks. So that's the only concerning thing about John Gant is those walks. 50 and 2/3 innings pitched so far this season. Wade Miley, 5-4, a 3.26 ERA, 1.13 WHIP, 40 strikeouts, 14 walks, 49 and 2/3 innings pitched. John Gant coming off of a really good appearance versus the Los Angeles Dodgers in Dodger Stadium his last time out. He gave up no runs on 4 hits, struck out 4 batters, did walk 3 in 6 innings pitched in that 3-2 win for the Dodgers, or for the Cardinals against the Dodgers. The Cardinals have won 3 straight of John Gant starts. So that would be a lean towards the Cardinals in this matchup. I'm not getting involved, though, but it would be definitely a lean towards the Cardinals in this matchup.
Makes sense. And we'll go from St. Louis to Texas.
All right, we have the Texas Rangers hosting the Tampa Bay Rays. We're getting Michael Wacha versus Dane Dunning in this matchup, around a minus 125-ish for this, right? Or no, has that line moved?
Minus
120 is
121,
Bay, right? Yeah, minus 121 for the Tampa Bay Rays, around a plus 110, plus 110, plus 111 run back for these Texas Rangers. And where are you looking at for this one?
Well, we see a lot of money's come in on Tampa Bay, which is a little bit shocking to me. I don't know if I could trust Michael Wacha. Yes, the Rays have been really good the past 3 weeks, but do you really trust Michael Wacha in this game? He's getting up in age. He's 1-1, 4.63 ERA. I don't know if I can really trust him. I mean, I don't want to lay a minus 121 on him, and I don't want to risk a run line at plus 130. So I think this one's just going to be a pass for me. Maybe a look at the over in this one just because I think that the Rays can hit, and I think that the Rangers will be able to tag up Michael Wacha a little bit. So maybe look at the over, but overall, I'm not going to be betting on this one.
Yeah, for me, I'm on the Rays. I bet the Rays run line at plus 130. I like the Rays in this matchup. The Rangers have looked absolutely awful recently. They've lost 9 of their last 10 games. Dane Dunning's okay. He's 2-4, 4.67 ERA, 1.42 WHIP, 55 strikeouts, 17 walks, Michael Wacha's actually been the better pitcher between him and Dunning so far this season. 1-1, 4.63 ERA, 1.17 WHIP, 29 strikeouts, 8 walks, and 35 innings pitched. I do like Wacha in this matchup against Texas. This is a bad Texas team. They don't hit righties. They're 10-27 against right-handed pitching this year. Tampa Bay is an amazing home team. They hit right-handed pitchers really well. They're 22-10 on the road. They're 23-15 against right-handed pitchers. They're 7-3 in their last 10 games. This is a good Tampa Bay team. They are hitting really well. I don't mind Michael Wacha. They have a much improved bullpen where even if Wacha goes 4 innings, I can rely on this Tampa Bay Rays to go 5 bullpen innings and get the job done and slam the door on this really bad Texas Rangers team. Give me the Tampa Bay Rays on the run line today, plus 130. I'll take that all day, every day, even on Sundays.
All right, there we go.
All right. Our next game here is the Oakland Athletics and the Colorado Rockies. This is our premium play over on picks and parlays.net. If you guys want to check that out, the link to that is in the description of the video down below. And so you could use the link in the description of the video down below, picks and parlay.net/game time, and you can get 50% off our 7-day packages, which when you get the subscriptions, we will have 2 to 3 times a week where we'll have subscriber-only plays where people who have the subscriptions will get the plays. They will not be up for individual sale. They'll just be for our subscribers to our packages.
Cool.
All right, but our next game here is going to be the Chicago Cubs at the San Francisco Giants. Kyle Hendricks and Johnny Cueto in this matchup. Around a -108 for the Cubbies, -107, -103. Basically a pick 'em in this game. And is it okay to say that I've been surprised on how good Johnny Cueto's been this year? This San Francisco Giants team, I was not expecting half the pitchers on the staff to be pitching the way they've been pitching so far this season. And Johnny Cueto is on that list. Johnny Cueto, 4-1, a 3.45 ERA, 1.20 WHIP, 36 strikeouts, 6 walks, 44 and 1/3 innings pitched. Kyle Hendricks is 6-4, 4.62 ERA, 1.40 WHIP, 51 strikeouts, 11 walks, and 62 and 1/3 innings pitched. Both of these pitchers have looked really good so far this season. I'm leaning towards the Giants in this game, and that is just because with the Cubs, I don't really trust them on the road right now. They're 11-16 on the road. They're 19-21 versus right-handed pitching. They attack left-handed pitching, but they struggle against right-handed pitching. They've lost 3 games in a row. And on the other side, the Giants, 8-2 in their last 10 games on a W3, 25-13 versus right-handed pitching, 18-8 at home. This is a really good Giants team. They have the best record in the MLB, and I'm willing to back them here. I would be willing to back them here. I just don't see enough value on this game for me to personally go out and bet it. But I do like the Giants, if anything, in this game. What are you looking at?
I went the Cubbies. I like Kyle Hendricks. He's been pitching a little bit better as of late. Johnny Cueto has been pitching solid too. It's just I feel like Kyle Hendricks has just been pitching a little bit better. You are getting this game essentially at a pick'em. So I'm going to be going Chicago in this one. I think that they can outdo San Francisco. I don't think that they get swept by San Francisco. So I think that I'm going to grab Chicago in this one at essentially a pick'em price and go with that.
And guys, make sure you listen to CSN to smash the Luke button for more great picks.
Like Luke Skywalker? Yeah.
I was just about to mention that. I got the thing I was going to say. We have a live reaction on this show. Within the next 24 to 48 hours, the Atlanta Falcons are trading Julio Jones to the Tennessee Titans. I don't know what the Titans are getting in return here. They are finalizing the deal. They're discussing a package. Will be probably a 2nd and 5th round or a 2nd round with a swap of other picks. This trade would be processed as early as Monday. So it doesn't look like the Atlanta Falcons are really getting too much in return for Julio Jones here. A second and a fifth potentially. I think absolute steal for the Tennessee Titans. And I know we're going over baseball, but I'm going to take 3 minutes to talk over this trade real quick on my first thoughts on this trade and how this will affect the outlook on the Tennessee Titans this year. I think this dramatically increases the odds for the Tennessee Titans to be a really good playoff team and a Super Bowl contender. You're adding an extra weapon on to this offense, which was phenomenal last season with Tannehill. Right, Tannehill?
Tannehill, yep.
Yeah, Tannehill. I'm thinking of I thought I was thinking of a different team. Yeah, Tannehill really getting in a zone here in Tennessee. Derrick Henry on the in the backfield. And you also had Brown, which had a really good season. Don't forget. And this team has weapons. And now you're adding Julio Jones into the mix. I love the move for the Tennessee Titans here, especially only giving up a second and a fifth for him. Great move for Tennessee. What are you thinking for that?
I'm thinking that the Tennessee Titans right now are a plus 4,000. So if you want to get a futures bet on the Tennessee Titans, now is the time before the trade goes through at a plus 4,000. I could expect this one their odds to jump from 4,000 to like 2,500 or even 2K just by acquiring Julio Jones. So if you're going to go and bet futures and you like the Tennessee Titans, I would recommend betting them now. But,
yeah, I have one more question with the Titans here for you to look up an odd for me. What is the odds for the Titans to win the AFC South?
AFC South right now plus 150. But you get Julio, they're probably going to drop to like a minus 125.
Even money, I think. Yeah. No, I like them to win the AFC South now. I think that's the one huge piece they needed to really make a push as a really good playoff team. So that being said, I mean, this was a really good Tennessee Titans team beforehand. So now they're getting an extra weapon. This is absolutely huge for them. But with that being said, we went off tangent for like 3 minutes here. Let's get back on the onto the baseball scene here. We have 3 games remaining, I believe, in Major League Baseball for today, or on the slate, and we're 4 games. All right, okay. We have the Seattle Seahawks. Now I'm in my mindset of football. Seattle Mariners and the LA Angels around a minus 150 for these Angels. We're getting Logan Gilbert versus Pablo Sandoval. And
we do have 3 games. Sorry.
We do have 3 games. Okay. Yeah. And my question is, how is Pablo Sandoval a minus 150 favorite? He's not really showed me much to be a minus 150 favorite. He's 0-1, a 3.80 ERA, 1.45 whip, 17 strikeouts, 10 walks, and 21 in the third innings pitched. Logan Gilbert, 0-2, 5.94 ERA, 1.26 whip, 16 strikeouts, 3 walks, and 16 and 2/3 innings pitched. This is no action for me this game. I just don't see any value on backing the LA Angels. It's a dog or pass for me in the spot. Seattle or nothing. And I just don't trust Logan Gilbert yet. I need to see a good performance out of him before I want to back him. He hasn't looked good so far. So I'm going to stay away from this game and sit back and see if Logan Gilbert can turn it around here before I start wanting to back him. Because he's going to be a good young arm. I just don't trust him yet.
No, I agree with that. If anything, maybe go towards Seattle in this game. But the reason why the Angels are favorited is they've won 6 out of the last 10, and they've actually been playing well. Seattle has not really been playing as well as of late. And Logan Gilbert hasn't been. I mean, neither of these guys have been particularly good. But you're just getting a pitching matchup that's meh. If you wanted to look at a total, it's at 8.5 right now. I think you can go with the over in this one. And you're getting it's a little bit juiced towards the over, but you could definitely go towards the over in this one. I'm going to be passing on this game. But yeah, maybe slight lean towards the over.
Yeah. All right, looking at our second to last game, New York Mets are at the San Diego Padres. Are on a minus 156 for this Padres team. We're getting around, let's see what the price, plus 144, plus 145 for the New York Mets. Marcus Stroman, Chris Paddock is your matchup. And this is a way overpriced on the San Diego Padres here. And I am one of those where I look to fade Chris Paddock anytime I possibly can. Chris Paddock's 2-4, a 4.24 ERA, 1.18 WHIP, 42 strikeouts, 12 walks, and 46 2/3 innings pitched. Marcus Stroman 4-4, 2.66 ERA, 1.06 WHIP, 52 strikeouts, 13 walks, 64 1/3 innings pitched. And I'm gonna add something to my card here. I'm gonna add the New York Mets at plus 144. This is a great spot for them. I see. I remember looking at the pitching matchups, looking at this series before this one started. I saw the first two games where we had. I'm trying to remember who we had game one, who the Mets had game one, but they had Luchucci game two. Oh, they had Peterson. No, they didn't have Peterson game one. I'm trying to remember who they had on the mound game one.
I'll get it. You keep going. Yu Darvish versus Tajon Walker.
Yeah, I remember seeing. Yeah, I was looking at that matchup. I was like, okay, Yu Darvish will win the first game. Luchucci is not winning against the Padres the second game. But then I saw DeGrom and Stroman. DeGrom, I was all over. Or I was looking at like, yeah, the Mets will probably win with DeGrom on the mound. And this is the other game I circled that the Mets have a shot in this series. I'm all for fading Chris Paddock. I think he's one of the more overrated pitchers in the league, and he gets priced that way too. I just got the Mets at plus 140. I just placed the bet now. I think the Mets get the job done here. Marcus Stroman's looked really good this year, 4-4. He's kind of had that record look of Jacob DeGrom, where I think DeGrom's now 4-2, but a 2.66 ERA, 1.06 WHIP. Marcus Stroman's looked really good this season, and I think he gets the win today versus San Diego.
Yeah, I'm on this one as well. I saw that this line was a little bit too wide. If you look at the series, it's been a close series. 4-3, 2-0, 4-0. They've been all close games, and I didn't think that the Padres should be that big of favorites. And Marcus Stroman has been pitching well. And Chris Paddock has not. And you're going to get to the point where I want to back the Mets in this one at a plus money. So, yeah, I'm going to grab Stroman and the Mets. They're starting to hit again. Just picture this. The Mets are winning games now when they have 17 players on the disabled list or on the IL. Imagine when they're fully healthy. They are 3.5 games up in their division? Yeah, 3.5 games up in their division with essentially a AAA team right now, which really speaks to the depth of this team. Their pitching has been phenomenal. Defense is number one in the league. It's hard for me to go against the Mets in this game, so I'm grabbing that at plus 140.
Yeah, and one last thing on the Mets. This may take a minute, but these are all the players that the Mets are playing out without right now. Without Jonathan Villar, without Luis Guillorme, Carlos Carrasco, Jeff McNeil, J.D. Davis, Brandon Nimmo, Albert Almora Jr., Noah Syndergaard, Tommy Hunter, Jordan Yamamoto, Joswani Fargas, Michael Conforto, Dylan Betances, Pete Crow Armstrong, Matthew Bruce Allen, Jose Martinez, and Desmond Lindsay. That is, I believe, the whole injury report there, which it feels like our whole entire team here. Just think what happens when the Mets get Carrasco back in the rotation, when they get Syndergaard back in the rotation, when they get Betances back in the bullpen, when they get Conforto back in the outfield, when they get Nimmo back in the outfield, when they get Davis back in the infield. This team is going to McNeil, one of our best hitting pitch and one of the best hitters on this New York Mets team, McNeil. He should be back soon. The Mets are going to get reinforcements, and this is going to be a bet on team in July and in August and now. So we're getting plus 140 on a team that I think absolutely can compete with the best of the MLB when completely healthy. Give me the Mets plus 140 today.
Last baseball game of the day, and then we get 2 basketball and 2 hockey. So go ahead.
All right, finishing it off, we're going from one New York team to the next. We have the Boston Red Sox and the New York Yankees. Garrett Richards, Domingo Germán for this matchup. Sunday night baseball. And Domingo Germán, 4-3, a 3.27 ERA, 1.04 WHIP, 52 strikeouts, 10 walks, and 55 innings pitched. Garrett Richards, 4-4, 3.75 ERA, 1.48 WHIP, 52 strikeouts, 30 walks, and 60 innings pitched. And for me, I'm going to end the night off with the New York Yankees run line. I think that Domingo Germán is 100% the better pitcher here. I'm expecting we get a good performance out of him, out of the Yankees today. I don't think they get swept versus a Boston Red Sox team. They take too much pride in this rivalry with this Red Sox team, and they're at home in Yankee Stadium. They are a decent team at home. They're 17-15 at home this year. They're 22-17 against right-handed pitching. This is a New York Yankees team that I think will get it going versus a very mediocre arm in Garrett Richards, and that's being nice. I'm not a fan of Garrett Richards whatsoever. Anytime I'm looking to fade him, anytime I can look to fade him, I will. I'm taking the New York Yankees on the run line. I got that last night at plus 125, so I'm on the Yankees to end the night here on the run line, minus 1.5 runs versus the Red Sox.
Now, I real quick, I put our background up for a reason. I'm going Boston. How are you going to go and bet on the Yankees in this game? They've lost 7 out of their last 10. They've lost both games in the series so far. I think Boston completes the sweep tonight. They've been playing a lot better. They're competing. They're actually competing with the Rays for that spot. They've won 3 straight games, 6 out of their last 10. Boston has been the hotter team. I'm just going to ride the streaks. I'm grabbing the Boston Red Sox in this one. I'm not. It has nothing to do with the Yankees. It's that they are not playing well right now. I can't back a team that's not winning. So, no, I'm going with the Boston Red Sox in this game. I'm all right with going against you, Nick.
Fair enough.
All right, we're going to be jumping into the NBA. Before we do that, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Figure I'd remind you before we go ahead and jump into the basketball. We've got 2 NBA games, 2 NHL games, and then some player props, and then we'll end up wrapping it up after that. But let's go ahead and jump into NBA. Nick, I'll let you introduce it.
All right, we have game 1 here between the Philadelphia 76ers and the Atlanta Hawks. Around a 3.5-point favorite are the Sixers, plus 145 run back on the Hawks. And I can tell by the jersey you're wearing, you like the 76ers in this matchup. Where are you looking in this game?
Yeah, you just threw me off for a minute. I am going with the Atlanta Hawks in this one. I'll grab them plus the points. I think that this one is going to be a close game. The big question will be Joel Embiid. If he does play today, I see him. I see him not being 100%. So I don't know if I would be able to necessarily trust it. Atlanta is coming off a really good series against the Knicks, and I just feel like this Atlanta team's going to come out. They're going to come out fast. They're going to come out strong. And I think they're going to shock the 76ers, and they're going to take game 1. So I'm going to grab Atlanta in this game. I know Dominic is going to be going on the Sixers, but I'm all over the Atlanta Hawks today. I know a lot of people are going to be on Philadelphia, so I'm going to fade the public. I'm going with Atlanta in this game.
Yeah, for me, I know I don't talk basketball much. I am leaning more with the Sixers in this matchup. I understand your reasoning. I think if Joel Embiid plays, that they should be at least a 5.5-point favorite here. I like the Hawks as a team, but my pick heading into the playoffs is the Sixers to make the finals. So I would lean more towards the Sixers in this spot, but I'm not a basketball person, so.
It really depends on the status condition of Joel Embiid. So we'll have to check that out later. Obviously, keep an eye out for it. If Joel Embiid is in, yeah, probably 76ers are going to win, and that's just going to be the way it is. But for right now, I'm going with the Atlanta Hawks. They don't have an answer for Embiid. Well, it really depends on his health. Because even if he does play, what percent is he going to be playing at? I'm taking Atlanta, at least for game 1. They're going to come in strong. For the total in this one, what is it at? 220.5. I think I would lean slightly towards the under, especially if Joel Embiid is out, because that's a lot of points off the board. But I don't personally have a total for this one. I'll go over. I'll have a total for next game though. So Nick, go ahead, introduce the next game.
All right. Next game we get. Oh, this is a good one. The greatest 2 words in all of sports. Game 7. LA Clippers host the Dallas Mavericks. Clippers a 6.5 point favorite in this game, plus 228 for this matchup. Series tied 3-3. Heading into Game 7, the road team has won the first 6 games. Do they take Game 7 or do the Clippers take the series in 7 games?
Well, I'm going to be lean. I'll have a bet on this one. I have a bet on the Dallas Mavericks plus 6.5. I think this game remains close. I'll probably even throw a little bit on that money line. Yeah, all 6 games have gone to the road team, and I could see it happening again. I could see Dallas winning this game. Looking into it, it's going to be a big thing on Luka. Is he going to have a big game like he did Game 5, or is he going to have a little bit of a sluggish game like he did Game 6? If he has a good game, I see Dallas winning. The big thing for Dallas will be, can you stop Kawhi Leonard? Because he had like 40-something points last game. If he goes off for another big game like that, the Clippers should run away with this one. I'm going to go Dallas plus 6.5. And for the total, I'm going to go over. I think 211 is way too low. I think that both these teams are going to score. They can score at least 106 points each. So I'm going to go over in this game as well. So I'm going to go Dallas and over in this Game 7 matchup.
All right. Do you have any player props?
I was just about to get into those. I have 2 player props, one from each game. I'm grabbing Trae Young over 26.5 points. And I wanted to take a little bit of a different approach. I'm going to take Finney Smith to get over 9.5 points for the Dallas Mavericks today as well. Those will be my 2 player props for today.
All righty. Now we're going to go from the NBA. We have 2 games in the National Hockey League. We are starting it off here with Game 3 between the Montreal Canadiens and the Winnipeg Jets. And looking at this matchup, Winnipeg dropping their first 2 games of the series. They head back to Montreal. And I am unfortunately one of those people that have a Winnipeg ticket in their pocket to win the series. And I definitely do regret it. This Montreal Canadiens team, give them credit. They've played amazing hockey. I know a lot of people in the media look at the Canadiens and say, oh, they got lucky versus the Leafs. They're getting lucky so far with the Winnipeg Jets with the injuries, and they always get the – no. This Montreal team is playing amazing hockey right now. They're playing lockdown defense. Carey Price has been unreal during these playoffs. And it's about time we say this Montreal Canadiens team is a Stanley Cup contender now. They're up 2-0 on the Winnipeg Jets. They're going to make it past the Jets. That being said, I'm going to lean towards the Jets in Game 3, and I'm going to look at this game the way I should have looked at Vegas, Colorado Game 3. Except it's the opposite where Winnipeg's on the road. This is a 2-0 series. And if there's ever going to be a game that Winnipeg wins in the series, it's going to be Game 3. I just don't know where to go with this game right now. I think this, unfortunately, may be a pass for me in this game. I would lean towards maybe an over in this game. They've gone over in 4 of the 5 games they've played at Montreal this season. Winnipeg has taken 3 out of 5 games played at Montreal this season, but that's back in the regular season when Montreal was struggling. I may just have to jump on the Canadiens here, though. I have a ticket on the Jets, but I've just about given up on this Jets team. So let me take a look at the odds real quick here, what I can get for the Montreal Canadiens in regulation. That would probably be my play for this one. Montreal, yeah, I'm going to take
plus
that.
125.
Plus 125. Montreal Canadiens in regulation. I think they get the job done today. They take a 3-0 lead. and Montreal's just been too dominant. I'm basically going to chalk up that that ticket I have for the Winnipeg Jets to win the series as a loss, and I'm gonna turn around and back this Montreal Canadiens team. I will be the first to say I was wrong when it comes to this Winnipeg Jets team versus the Montreal Canadiens. Canadiens play really good hockey right now. Carey Price is definitely someone I want to back. Give me the Montreal Canadiens here in regulation against the Winnipeg Jets.
Sounds good. Last game of the day. Let's see it.
All right. Last game of the day, we have the Vegas Golden Knights and the Colorado Avalanche. Vegas getting the win in the last game. Unfortunately, I had the 5% play on Colorado in that game. Colorado, they were up 2-1, but don't let that fool you. They were badly outplayed in that game. They were outshot. I think they had all of like 15, 20 shots on goal for that whole game. This was just since the series, the last two games, really, we should be looking at Vegas up 2-1 this series if we're being legit. Colorado winning on a overtime power play goal in game number 2. And this Vegas team, one thing that I've noticed they've been doing, which has really been helping them the last 2 games, stay in the games. And I think that game 1 was just a flat spot. It was just they just came off of a game 7. I lean more towards Vegas in this game than I do Colorado. At home, Vegas has looked really good. Marc-Andre Fleury has looked amazing during these playoffs. Let's go. Where are my Vegas people at? I would slightly lean towards Vegas. I have no bet on the series, so I can switch sides whenever I want. But my bet is on the under 5.5 in this game. One thing that this Vegas Golden Knights team has been doing recently is blocking shots. And that's why we saw Colorado with only 20 shots on goal in game number 3 and 25 shots on goal in overtime in game number 2. I think we see it under in this game. This Vegas Golden Knights team, they're going to play that lockdown defense that they've been playing all season long. And we finally get some defensive hockey between these two teams. Give me the under 5.5, Vegas and Colorado to finish off the night here.
There we go. Anything we have left to say before we go?
That should be just about it. I don't have any player props for hockey. Let me look to see if I can find one I do like, but you can go over all your stuff, and if I find a hockey prop I like, I'll let you know.
All right, and before I go and recap, make sure you guys follow all the Picks and Parleys family. I know Higgs started his stream a couple minutes ago. We'll send you guys over there after we're done here. Me and Nick always at 11 o'clock every single day, 12 o'clock for Higgs, 1:30 for Allie on Morning Wood. There will be no Morning Wood today or tomorrow, back on Tuesday for that one. But we'll send you over to Higgs afterwards. Quick recap of my plays. I'm going with the Pittsburgh Pirates today. I'm going with Houston, going the over in that Kansas City game, going St. Louis, Chicago, Mets, and the Red Sox. And then I'm going both the dogs for the NBA today with Atlanta and Dallas.
All right. For me, I'm going for baseball. Let me get my book open again. I'm going with the Dodgers run line, going with the Yankee run line, going over 8 runs between the Marlins and the Pirates, going Detroit first 5 at plus 165, plus 157 for video play. Rays run line over in Kansas City and Minnesota, Cleveland run line, and I'm going with the New York Mets at plus 140. For the NHL, I'm going with the Vegas and Colorado game under the 5.5, going Montreal Canadiens plus 125 on the regulation line. And for player props, I did add one. And that I'm going right back to what I did in game number 2 between Winnipeg and Montreal. We're going Blake Wheeler over 2.5 shots on goal. In his last 5 games, he's hit that over in all 5 of them. 3, 6, 3, 3, 4. And as they continue to not have Mark Scheifele in the lineup, expect more shots for Blake Wheeler. And maybe Pierre-Luc Dubois, but I'm not trusting Pierre-Luc Dubois right now. He got one shot on goal when I was expecting more shots for him last game. So my only player prop for hockey is Blake Wheeler over 2.5 shots on goal. And also, I forgot my baseball play. My baseball prop is Trevor Bauer over 7.5 strikeouts.
Sounds good. But that should wrap it up for the stream. Just put Higgs' link in the chat, so go ahead, send them over. Go over there, tell them that we sent you. Tell them we say hi. And we'll be back live again tomorrow at 11 a.m. Give a sniff on the A's game. That one's our premium play, so you can go ahead and check that one over at picksandparleys.net. But that's going to wrap it up for the stream. Thank you guys all for watching. And until next time, let's make some money. Let's cash some tickets on the MLB, NBA, NHL, Russian ping pong, whatever you guys are doing today. Let's make some money. And we'll see you guys tomorrow at 11 a.m. Mavericks money line. I like it.